Welcome into Utah Valley University. I'm Dave Harrison alongside Mike Matthews. Elimination round in the State 5A tournament. Today we've got Maple Mountain and Fremont. Maple Mountain lost a tough game yesterday to Pleasant Grove,
Yep.
and a little bit of controversy there, but back here this morning, 11 o'clock start. And on the mound for Fremont is Payson Milan. Should be a good one today. They've played once already. Fremont lost 11-1. You were here for that game. So.
Yep. Good first round game, battle up until the end, and then Maple Mountain was just able to run away with it. Real quick here, lineup for Maple Mountain. Nash Ferguson leads us off. Caden Giles batting second. Jeremiah Hall. Then Mitch Walker. Nick Windward. Brooks Pratt in the 6-hole. Lincoln Beanfield hitting 7th. Hayden Hyatt batting 8th. And Kai Ward in the 9th spot with Cash Peterson pitching.
So set first pitch. And he's hit by the first pitch. He squared the bunt. And Nash Ferguson on first base to start things off. Not the way you want to start off as a pitcher, for sure.
No. Not at all.
Caden Giles now at the plate. Squares the bunt. Pitch is outside. 1-0.
And quickly, defensive alignment here for the Fremont Silverwolves. You have Tad Grange at first, Bodie Hawkins at second, Kason Pearson at third, Crew Hudman at shortstop. As this ball's skied in the infield to the third baseman. Making the catch here is Kason Pearson. Continuing along with left fielder of Adam Mikesell, center fielder Landon Palmer, right fielder Hunter Maycock with Payson Milan on the mound.
Now playing number 22, Jeremiah Hall.
Jeremiah Hall pitched yesterday from Maple Mountain. He's hitting in the 3 spot, playing short today.
Ooh.
Throw over, gets away, but not too far. Tad Grange at first base for Fremont.
Yeah, it looks like it might have hit the runner there just to keep it in front there.
On with a pitch. It's high.
Jeremiah Hall yesterday against Pleasant Grove, 0 for 3.
Pitch just misses inside. Milan yet to find the strike zone. Fremont comes in 20-9. Maple Mountain 23-7. Maple Mountain 2 seed. Swing. Ball into right field for a base hit. Runner stops at second base. So Ferguson on second, and Hall with the first base hit of the ball game.
A little poke into right field there by Jeremiah Hall. Maple Mountain's got something cooking here in the top of the first inning.
They put up 17 hits last time they played Fremont Monday.
Well, I think Maple Mountain's wanting to come out and hit a few baseballs. They ran into a bit of a buzzsaw with Pleasant Grove yesterday. This is Mitch Walker, and he had the unfortunate day of 3 strikeouts yesterday. You can tell he's want to turn his offensive tide around.
Milan delivers the pitch high. So 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Maple Mountain, the home team, and again, the 2 seed, they ran into a really good outing for Pleasant Grove yesterday. This is inside, 3-0.
Yeah, and even that, I mean, you look at the score of that yesterday with Pleasant Grove and Maple Mountain, it looked a little bit further apart. It was a tight game. Maple Mountain scoring 6 runs in the 5th and 6th combined. So they made a ball game of it, and then Pleasant Grove just kind of ran away with it after that.
A couple of bombs late in that one. So Milan finds the first called strike, throws another one. It's hit hard, deep into left field, and out of here.
Oh, nice piece of hitting here by Mitch Walker. Just a sweet, smooth swing, pure contact, and drives this ball deep out of the yard to left center field.
Maple Mountain strikes quickly. Mitch Walker makes up for those 3 strikeouts yesterday with a 3-run bomb here in the top of the first inning. Just 1 out. So at the plate now, Mick Winward, first baseman for Golden Eagles. Yeah, Maple Mountain came out ready. You could feel it in their warm-ups. They looked sharp. They looked focused. A good start. Curveball in there for a strike.
Came out hungry. After that loss against Pleasant Grove, you know that you were right in that game towards the end of that game, and then to lose it the way they did, I believe 3 home runs in that last 2 innings.
Popped up to third base. Easy play. Second out. So the winner of this game gets a chance to go play Pleasant Grove at 4:30.
Now plate number 25, Brooks Pratt.
Yeah, this is where if you fall into the losers bracket, this is where it gets tough because you're going to have to win multiple games in a row and then have to win 2 today to push it to an if game tomorrow.
Taxing on your pitching staff for sure. It's almost a battle of attrition once you get into the losers bracket. So Winward looks at a pitch high. Excuse me. Brooks Pratt. This is outside.
3-0 the count.
Pratt, the catcher. Looks at a strike on the outside corner.
Pratt yesterday 0 for 1 with a walk.
Pitch swung on. Foul ball. Out of play.
Well, a cue shot down the third base line there. Inside out swing, hits the very end of his bat. Shoots it towards the Fremont dugout.
So full count, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Pitch swung on and missed. So Payson Milan gets out of it with a strikeout, but not before Maple Mountain puts a 3 spot up on a Mitch Walker 3-run home run. We'll be back after these messages. So 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Sorry, I didn't notice that.
Bodie Hawkins grounded out to second base. Cash Peterson misses outside, ball 1. Second pitch misses. Tad Grange, first baseman, bats lefty. Takes ball 3. Tell if that was low.
Yeah. Tad Grange 1 for 4 yesterday with a double.
And he takes strike 1. Ball swung on, fouled out of play. Hit something pretty hard behind us.
Again, fans, we've got Rusty's for foul balls. If you're returning a foul ball to the announcer's booth, you receive a certificate for a free Frosty, courtesy of Lemons.
Grange now, full count. Pitch swung on, bounced foul on the third base side. Do it again. Grange batting .379, 21 RBI, 1 home run. And takes ball 4 inside. So Fremont needs to generate something to answer that 3 spot in the top of the first inning. So good start. Hawkins draws the walk. So
Well, and after watching the games yesterday, we know that teams are capable of responding to even big innings.
Yeah.
It was kind of just how offenses responded to crooked numbers put up was impressive yesterday.
Adam Mikesell steps in, takes ball one. Or excuse me, strike one. Cash Peterson breaking ball.
Mikesell with a great offensive game yesterday. 3 for 4, a single double, and a home run.
I'd say that's a good day. So 1-1 the count now. Grange on first. Peterson delivers. Bouncing ball to second base. It'll advance the runner. Fielder's choice out. And Casey Pearson now a chance to drive in a run. Pearson hitting .451 on the year. 3 home runs, 31 RBI. Our top RBI guy for the year.
Yeah, that last ball hit too softly to be able to turn a double play. Just all you could do with that is field it and throw it to first.
Ball's popped up to right field. And Caden Giles makes the play. Maple Mountain gets 3 outs. They lead 3-0. Back for the top of the second. Welcome back to Utah Valley University, UCCU ballpark. Getting ready to start the second inning. Payson Mon, the pitcher for Fremont, gave up a 3-run bomb in that first inning. See if he can't settle in, get ahead of a batter a little bit. He was behind in the count most of that first inning. Beanfield steps in. First pitch, strike. Beanfield, the second baseman, takes a pitch outside. Ball one. Ball swung on, hit hard to left field, but Pleasant Grove there to make the play. And first out of the inning. They needed that. He started off the first inning, hit batter, a little bloop single into right field, and then a 3-1 bomb. So good for Fremont to get first batter out.
Yeah, you got to get that leadoff batter out. The statistics are pretty obvious. You give especially a free pass in the first batter, more than likely they can come around and score.
First pitch misses high. Hayden Hyatt had a nice offensive game yesterday as well.
Yeah, Hayden Hyatt with a home run himself yesterday. And that was a big one. 3-run shot in the 6th inning to bring Maple Mountain back into the game against Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, it's another example of how teams were answering yesterday. And ball 4. Doesn't look like he's missing the strike zone by very much, but not getting the benefit of the doubt on the corner. So Kai Ward, now the freshman center fielder, comes to the plate. Had a fantastic defensive play in center field yesterday. Lost to Pleasant Grove.
Also had a triple in that game.
Pitch misses outside, 1-0. Not a lot of action on the base paths yesterday. Swung. Ground ball. Taylor made double play right over the bag, and Fremont gets out of it with a double play. So at the end of 1.5, Maple Mountain still leads 3-0.
Baseball and softball injuries are difficult, especially when you're trying to continue competing at a high level. At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes overcome pain, improve performance, and stay on the field longer. From shoulder and elbow injuries to back, hip, and knee pain, our experts understand the unique demands of throwing, hitting, and rotational sports. Whether you're a competitive, collegiate, professional, or recreational athlete, our individualized approach is built specifically for baseball and softball players. Visit athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today.
The bottom of the second inning, Fremont, Asher Clark, the catcher at the plate, number 33. Cash Peterson on the mound. Ball hit deep to left field. And it is out of here.
Asher Clark turning on a ball just slightly on the inside corner and driving it over the high wall in left field. And Fremont is on the board.
An inning later, but that's a nice way for them to answer, get on the board. We've seen some balls flying out of this park the last couple of days. And that one got out of here in a hurry.
Yes, it did. You see the left fielder for Maple Mountain just kind of turn, watch it, but get ready to play it off the high wall. No need to play it. He cleared it by at least 5 to 10 feet.
First pitch misses for Landon Palmer, the center fielder at the plate. Swings, fouls one straight back. Count goes to 1-1. Palmer, .419 hitter. 31 hits on the year. Takes one inside.
Yeah, he reached base 3 times yesterday against Pleasant Grove. Scored 2 runs.
Breaking ball misses outside. Count goes to 3-1. Cash Peterson delivers. Catches the corner.
That's a good take. 3-1 there. That pitch is on the border. It's a tough pitch to hit. Yeah, you get a ball call. You get the first. You get a strike call. Here we go. You get another chance.
Ball swung on. Foul. Back out of play.
He's scattering his teammates as that ball just hits the net directly above the dugout.
Find out quick who's not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do it again. Full count. Landon Palmer. Peterson delivers. Misses inside. And Landon Palmer down to first. So the tying run at the plate. Here we are in the bottom of the second inning. All of the runs so far have been via home run.
Now batting number 22, Hunter Maycock.
Hunter Maycock, a junior, hitting .229. 4 doubles on the year. Turns, bunts, pushes down the right side, gets it down. Peterson comes up with it, makes the play at first. So sack bunt pushes the runner to second base with 1 out.
A small ball from Fremont. Thinking maybe runs be a little bit of a premium. At least they are right now, just kind of keeping themselves within striking distance.
So Calvin Cooper, the DH, another lefty, steps in. Palmer on second base.
Calvin Cooper 0 for 4 last night.
See if you can't put the ball in play. Pick up another run here. Peterson working from the stretch. Delivers inside. Hit by pitch. Calvin Cooper on base.
Yeah, we've talked about it these last 3 days. This is day 3 of this tournament. another full day, 4 games today, and we've said it enough, but we'll say it again, and that is a walk or hit batsman in that situation isn't the worst thing in the world. No, do you want to put more base runners on? No, but now you have a force play, double plays back in order again. And so now you've got to make Fremont decide, do you move these runners over and get them in scoring position with 2 outs, or do you just let your guys hit and hopefully get a hit and not roll into a double play?
So Crew Hudman, junior shortstop, will be at the plate. It's 321. 25 hits on the year, 23 RBI. So he makes them count, and he's got 1 long ball.
And 2 for 4 yesterday. Good AB. I remember a couple different ABs yesterday from Crew Hudman that ended up being key. It's one in the 5th inning they ended up getting on base from.
Ball swung on. Foul down the right side, out of play. Count 0-1. Cash Peterson.
It's good to see Cash come back and immediately challenge Crew Hudman after hitting Calvin Cooper.
He's worked a little on the inside of the plate. Check swing. First base ump says no. So count now goes to 1-1. Breaking ball misses high. Count to 2-1. And Fremont, they want to get some runs on the board. They got 10 run by these guys on Monday. They'd like to make this a ball game early and keep it close. Hudman swings through the fastball.
Well, Monday kind of seems like forever ago. I know they've only played 1 game yesterday, but with such a big game coming yesterday for Maple Mountain and Fremont in their win over West Jordan, it makes a big difference to be able to show up on day 3 and play your 3rd game of day 3 and come back, and it's almost like Monday was a distant memory. We played them early sometime this season, and come back and it's a totally different day.
And you come into this game, Maple Mountain coming off a tough loss, Fremont coming off a big win over West Jordan. So full count here. Ball swung on, popped up on the infield, and they're going to call it infield fly rule. So 2 outs, back to the top of the order. Bodie Hawkins grounded out to second base his first at bat.
And good job by Cash Peterson here to get a pop-up on the infield. Just as good as a strikeout there. Just automatic out with the infield fly roll in play.
No stress at all. So Hawkins hitting .435. Swings on the first pitch. Foul back to the right.
I like that approach from Hawkins. He's going up. He's got runners on the bases with 2 outs. Want to make something happen. Thinking it's going to have to happen early in the count. Coming out with an attack plan.
The 0-1. Peterson delivers. Swung on. Fouled back. So quickly ahead. Peterson trying to get out of this with minimal damage. Gave up the home run to Clark. They're trying to strand a couple of runners here. Ball swung on, popped up to the right side. Shallow right field, second baseman out there to make the play. And Maple Mountain retires Fremont, but not before giving up a solo shot. So after 2, score remains 3-1 Maple Mountain.
Well, we all love spending time supporting our high school teams. Waddup's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801 683 3663 to evaluate your insurance program.
Oh, getting set to begin the top of the third inning. Nash Ferguson, the leadoff hitter, steps in for Maple Mountain.
Leading off for the Golden Eagles in the top of the third, number 7, Nash Ferguson.
Ferguson hits 338. Takes the first pitch inside.
Ferguson hit by a pitch in the first at bat. First pitch of the game got him.
Juan misses outside. We saw this a lot yesterday. Second, third time through the lineup with that same pitcher. The offenses tend to wake up. Of course, Maple Mountain started.
Somebody take the bullseye off of Nash.
At least it was a breaking ball.
Yeah. Nash is hit again. He's seen 4 pitches, 2 of which have hit him. The other 2 weren't close.
Yeah, the other 2 were way outside, setting him up, I guess. He didn't flinch to get out of the way.
No.
Looked like he was a girl softball player turning into the fastball.
Just bam.
So second hit by pitch. So we'll see if Payson Milan, the first inning, he started off a little bit rough. Gave up the hit the first guy, gave up a little single and gave up a bomb. So since then, he's been really good. We'll see if he can get through the top of this lineup.
Yeah, you can see the only time he's really got in trouble is when he's given up a free pass. Gave up the hit batsman to Nash Ferguson in the first. And then, like you said, got a fly out to third and a single and then home run by Mitch Walker. The second inning, he walked Hayden Hyatt, second batter of that inning. Fortunate enough to throw a double play ball shortly thereafter.
Cade Giles steps in, squares the bunt, and I'm not sure if he got hit by the pitch or if it hit his hand.
Yeah, the home plate umpire immediately asking for help, which is it's good to see. Obviously, he's completely shielded from that. Wants to know if that hit his hand. Wants to know if it hit him in the wrist.
If you watch Caden Giles.
Foul ball, he calls.
In his hand, but perhaps it was on the end of the bat. Caught the knob and his hand at the same time.
Yeah, we saw one of those in the first game on Monday. Giles was shaking it off, although I'm not sure we saw anybody shake it off in the first game on Monday, being 39 degrees when that. Oh!
He gets drilled. Payson Milan struggling with his control. Giles jumps up, runs down. Tough kid there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where that hit him.
Hit him
it was up high somewhere.
Hit him in the chest, maybe even got him in the head, in the face. He doesn't seem to be holding his face, but he's pointing at his nose right now.
Yeah, I got him in the beak.
Keep pointing at his chin.
Well, Maple Mountain's coach came out not real happy. Third base coach came down to home plate, stared out at the pitcher for a minute. So Jeremiah Hall steps in after back-to-back hit by pitch. Might be a little hesitant to swing at this first pitch. We'll see.
Should probably have him bunt. Both those pitches on Caden Giles, the one that hit his hand and then the next one that hit him, it looks like in the face. Both he was squared around to bunt.
Swung on. Drive deep to center field. Catch is made. But Ferguson moves up to third, so runners on the corners, one out. And Mitch Walker, last at bat, hit a 3-run bomb, steps in.
Now to play number 3, Mitch Walker.
A productive out there by Jeremiah Hall. Gave it a good ride, too. That ball was hit very well.
Walker, the DH, steps in. First pitch, casts the outside corner. Walker didn't think it was a strike. Pitch. Runner
Gonna
goes.
go for him at second.
Ball comes
Where
off
we
the
go?
shortstop's glove, and Nash Ferguson stays at third. So stolen base there for Hall.
Nash Ferguson a little flat-footed over here at third. Recognizing the throw going to second. Thinking caught cleanly. He did not have a good jump, so I didn't think he was thinking about it. Then that ball tips off the glove of the second baseman. Had a chance there. Maybe a missed opportunity for Maple Mountain to kind of get one run across there.
Ball swung on. It's deep into left field, and it's caught on the warning track. And the runner advances. Caden Giles was the one with the stolen base, and he now advances to third on the deep out by Walker. He didn't miss that by much.
Another productive out for Maple Mountain, getting another run across.
Windward at the plate. First pitch, strike. Good looking pitch there from Payson Milan. Top of the third inning here at Utah Valley University State 5A baseball tournament. On misses.
No, we saw this out of Maple Mountain the first time these two played. They just kind of were putting runs on the board, just one, maybe two, and then they just kind of kept at Fremont until they were able to open it up heavily in the middle of the game.
Put a lot of pressure on a team with base runners like this. The way they swing the bat, you've got to almost be perfect defensively. Ball swung on, deep, left side. And this one is
ground rule double.
Ground rule, okay, bounced out. Saw the kid on the grass out there celebrating. So ground rule double there. Nice swing by Windward. And Maple Mountain's starting to put the wood on the bat. And they went home last night or talked about it after the game, and they said, we have got to go out and get another shot at Pleasant Grove. So winner of this game gets a chance at Pleasant Grove. Maple Mountain wants paybacks after a tough loss last night. So 2 outs now. Well, misses badly. Runner gets off base and almost gets thrown out.
Great hustle by Fremont's catcher, Asher Clark, saves a wild pitch. That ball was almost out of the right-handed batter's box. Gets it, picks it up, tries to back pick it second, and it was close.
Windward kind of slipped a little bit trying to get back to the bag and just about got picked off. So the score 5-1 now. Brooks Pratt at the plate. Swings, fouls it off. 2-1 to count. This Maple Mountain team feels focused at the plate. They're dialed in. Swinging hard. This one's hit. Fly ball in the left field. And playable. So Maple Mountain picks up a couple of more runs in the top of the third. Score 5-1. Fremont coming up.
Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spending Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tap responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
So back to Utah Valley University, UCCU Ballpark. I'm Dave Harrison alongside Mike Matthews. And Maple Mountains come out swinging the bat today, taking a 5-1 lead. Important now for Fremont to respond because it feels like Maple Mountain's just going to keep gas on pedal to the floor offensively, and Fremont's got to answer.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to keep yourself in it. Keep the pressure, maybe push some pressure back towards Maple Mountain. Maple Mountain scoring 3 of their 5 runs on hit batters today. And so if Fremont can shore up some of the freebies they're getting for base runners and get a few runs across, this is going to become a ball game again.
So Tad Grange steps in, looks at the first pitch strike on the outside corner.
Of course, I say that, and I don't think there's any lead insurmountable at this point based on the offense we saw yesterday and how many teams came back.
Pitch misses inside. Yeah, the Westfield game last night was crazy. 7 runs at the top of the 7th to come back and win 11-10 over top-seeded Spanish Fork. Swing, ball hit in the left field, finds a gap. So Grange with a single to start things off for the Silverwolves.
And here come the Silverwolves again. We've seen it time and time again. They'll just kind of peck away. That's what all of these teams in this 5A tournament have done so far. They just will have good at-bats, put ball in play, get on base, and just slowly work their way into a game and take a lead. Good playoff baseball.
So Mike Sell steps in, center fielder. Pitch misses inside. Mason Milan's plunked a couple of the Maple Mountain players. Ooh, nice pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate. Evens the count 1-1. Cash Peterson throws the first. Runner back in time. Peterson misses high. 2-1 now. Fremont trying to keep pace with this high-powered Maple Mountain team. Mike still takes a pitch for a strike. Even the count, 2-2 now. You look at the scoreboard, 5-1, but hits 3-2. So free passes cost Fremont early. Swing, the ball's hit. Shallow center field. And out number 1.
One of those high fly balls, capable of getting to that as a shortstop for Maple Mountain, but we could hear it from here in the booth. Center fielder calling him off. I believe that's Yoshi Showerguard out there just calling him off. Good communication between the two to secure the out.
We've got Kai Ward in center field, the freshman. He made a
right.
fantastic catch yesterday. Saved a couple of runs. So at the plate, Fremont, Casey Pearson takes first pitch for a strike. He's popped out to right field. Swings on this one, turns on it, and it goes foul. Pretty good cut there.
Mm-hmm.
So Peterson ahead 0-2.
Rubber pellet in the eye.
Oh. Curse the turf.
Yeah, I had a catcher one time, threw a ball in the dirt, sprayed this rubber pellet Scott in his eye, but the turf was 111 degrees hot. And that turf pellet was probably just like a cinder.
Swing and a miss. So Peterson with a strikeout of Casey Pearson. Brings Asher Clark, who homered in his first at bat.
Use another big swing for Masher here.
Yeah, this is a big spot for him. Takes ball one high.
Yeah, he got an inside pitch similar to that one, not nearly as high, and turned on it, pulled it out of the ballpark.
Oof, pops this one up on the infield. Jeremiah Hall backs up, makes the play. So one hit in the inning for Fremont, but no runs. At the end of 3, Maple Mountain leads 5-1. Back at Utah Valley University, Maple Mountain, Fremont. Top of the 4th inning, Maple Mountain. Camden Jamison on the mound for Fremont. Jamison, this is his 5th appearance, 7.64 ERA. And first pitch, this is high.
Lincoln Beanfield at the plate, second baseman for Maple Mountain. Fly out to left field in his first at bat.
Squares the bunt, takes a strike. Count even at 1. Breaking ball just misses outside. So ahead the count. Lincoln Beanfield, second baseman. Beanfield hits .398 as an average, 24 RBI, 3 triples and 3 doubles. Count goes full. And ball 4 puts him on base. So Beanfield, leadoff runner at first, and that brings up Hayden Hyatt, third baseman for Maple Mountain.
That may spell trouble for Fremont. Another free pass. Nobody out. They have 3 of those that have come around to score. So 3 of their 5 runs on free passes.
Hyatt takes strike 1. The bottom of this Maple Mountain order has been productive. They've gotten on base and scored some runs. So see if they can stay hot here. Jamison works out of the stretch. Catches the outside corner, strike.
Now, we mentioned it earlier with Hayden Hyatt hitting a big-time home run yesterday against Pleasant Grove in the 6th inning. He is capable of hitting a ball a long way.
Hasn't really seen anything to hit in this at bat. See if he gets something here. That's outside. Jameson's done a pretty good job keeping the ball in the corners. We know what Maple Mountain does with the ball if it's thrown over the middle of the plate. So 1-2 count. Ball in the dirt. Nice job by Asher Clark behind the plate for Fremont.
Yeah, Jamison trying a little too hard to make that pitch perfect. You can see him just kind of bury it into the ground. He just needs to trust that pitch a little bit, let it clip the bottom of the zone.
This is a fastball outside and high. So Hyatt, after starting 0-2, has worked a full count. Beanfield on first. Jamison out of the stretch. Pitch swung on. Pulled foul. A long ways foul.
People walking on the walking path over by the pond at UVU having to take cover there for a minute.
He hit that over the fence behind the hill behind the fence.
Mm-hmm. Kids rushing over to grab that foul ball. You get a Frosty for foul balls here.
I almost just brought a ball just for that. Swing and a miss. So Jamison, a big strikeout of Hyatt there to record the first out of the inning for the Silverwolves. So stepping to the plate now, Kai Ward, center fielder. Kai Ward hitting nearly 400, 395 on the year. Scored 26 runs, 30 hits, 22 RBI, and has a home run.
Grounded out to shortstop his first at bat.
Swings at the first pitch, fouled back out of play. Weather's just gotten better every day of the week. Monday started out a little bit rough. But boy, we got beautiful weather here at UCCU Ballpark. Jamison delivers, swung on. Looked like they had a hit and run on. Actually, it's probably a straight steal because the runner didn't look at the hitter. So he returns to first base, and Kai Ward's down 0-2.
We've seen a few teams put runners in motion. Those two teams that I can remember, Pleasant Grove and Maple Mountain.
The runner doesn't go this time. Ball misses outside. And it's funny, the difference between 6A and 5A. Boy, the 6A teams run a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Riverton runs all over the place. Swing. Foul back again.
Leave runner going again on that pitch. Trot back to first. Goes Beanfield, getting a few sprints in.
Well, looks in. Maple Mountain must give their base runners signs from the dugout. So Cam to Jamison on the mound. 1-2 count. Another foul back by Kai Ward.
Beanfield not running on that pitch.
A little bit of a late arriving crowd. Fremont's quite a drive all the way down here, but with graduations at UVU going on this week, it takes about 30 minutes to get from the freeway into the stadium. So,
fair warning to anyone coming down to watch a ball game here at UCCU Ballpark. Please come early, as there are planned graduation ceremonies all day today.
Swing, the ball hit the right center. He's caught. He's going to get doubled off. Beanfield gets thrown out, doubled out. That's a mental mistake right there. I don't know if he was stealing and just didn't pick up the ball or what happened, but either way, no runs. And going to the bottom of the fourth, score 5-1, Maple Mountain.
Okay, so now he decides to exercise.
Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Baseball and softball injuries are difficult, especially when you're trying to continue competing at a high level. At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes overcome pain, improve performance, and stay on the field longer. From shoulder and elbow injuries to back, hip, and knee pain, our experts understand the unique demands of throwing, hitting, and rotational sports. Whether you're a competitive, collegiate, professional, or recreational athlete, our individualized approach is built specifically for baseball and softball players. Visit athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today.
So Fremont steps in, down 5-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Landon Palmer walked his last at bat, center fielder. Bats left. Swings on the first pitch. Fouled back. little bit behind that fastball.
Yeah, Fremont at this point just trying to get good at bats again, get some runners on base.
Peterson misses high. Evens the count at 1.
And it seemed like the trend from yesterday was the 4th and 5th innings were the prime time for the offenses to come alive.
Good pitch there, Peterson. Palmer down 1-2. Just underway here in the bottom of the 4th. Peterson delivers, ball outside.
Palmer walked in his first debut.
Takes a breaking ball in the dirt. And count goes full. Pitch misses outside. Ball 4. So Palmer on base for the second time today.
Good news for Fremont here.
Oh, Maple Mountain out to meet on the mound. Cash Peterson's done a pretty good job of limiting base runners and hits. He did give up the home run to Asher Clark in the bottom of the second inning, but they're going to bring him out. He doesn't seem happy about it. No pitcher ever is.
No pitcher ever should be.
No, he'd be worried if he was.
Number 9 coming in.
Eddington, the sophomore, his fourth appearance, Porter Eddington. So Cash Peterson gave up just 2 hits and 1 run, that being the home run. And again, we talked about it. Get to a certain point in the tournament, and it's almost a battle of attrition for the pitching staffs. You've just got to find guys that can get strikes and get some outs. So Maple Mountain goes to the bullpen. Porter Eddington, a sophomore, 6'1", 185.
And if you're Fremont, you got a new pitcher in the game. It's almost kind of like new life for your offense, right? You've done okay against Cash earlier, but now you want to welcome a new pitcher into this game and do so in a way by getting a hit and getting ahead and putting base runners on base.
So Hunter Maycock, Zach Bunt, first at bat. Eddington on the mound. And strike 1.
Ooh,
Eddington over to first. Good move. Just about gets him. Windward with a nice sweep tag there at first.
Palmer maybe tipping a little bit. What they're thinking here, his first movement was to second base, able to still get back in time.
This is outside. 2-1 the count. Goes over to first again. So Maycott, right fielder. Swing, the ball's fouled out of play. Again, as a pitcher, you come in, you've got a 4-run lead. It's important that you just stay around the strike zone. You can't give up the free passes. Good pitch there. Strikes him out. So, hey, it's a good start. Calvin Cooper, the DH, hit by pitch, his last at bat. He'll step in. Landon Palmer still on first base for Fremont. And like you had mentioned, other Pleasant Grove and Maple Mountain, not a ton of movement on the base paths for most of these 5A teams.
We may see that change here with Fremont now with 1 out.
Ball hit. Tailing away from the center fielder. Left fielder comes in and makes a diving play. Nash Ferguson. Well, that wind just kept pushing it further and further into left field. Nash lays out, makes a fantastic play. A little shaken up.
That is a very, very difficult play. That ball looks like it's hit to center field. Looks like Kai Ward should have a beat on it, be the one that's going to go get that. He's drifting over at high speed. You've got a left fielder that's coming in and now realizes it's now tailing towards him. There's communication that has to be had. There's high speeds. And then you make a diving catch at the end to bring it in. Fantastic play by Ferguson.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch, and the trust that you have to have. The communication is so important because you're both going full speed. You're not looking at each other. You just have to trust that your teammate's going to listen. And typically the center fielder's the one that is the quarterback out there, makes the call. So, as you pointed out, really fantastic play by Nash and the communication between both of them out there. So Palmer's still on first. Eddington delivers, line drive into left field, pushes Ferguson back, but he makes the play at the track. And Porter Eddington does a good job, comes in, gets the outs. So after 4 complete, Maple Mountain leads 5-1. Back at Utah Valley University 5A State Baseball Tournament. Dave Harrison alongside Mike Matthews, and Maple Mountain with a 5-1 lead. Nash Ferguson, 2 nice plays in the outfield. A diving play, steps in. And oftentimes you see somebody make a fantastic play in the field, come back, lead off an inning with a base hit. Oh, Ferguson up 2-0. Came to Jameson still on the mound for Fremont. And this is just high with a fastball.
Well, Ferguson has now seen not one single strike, and I think he's just happy that he hasn't been hit by a pitch yet. He's been hit both times he's come up to the plate.
And finally sees a strike. Yeah, he might want a little bit of revenge. I know Giles does. Swings. Fouls it back, full count. Timed that one up pretty good. I think he sees that pitch again. It's hit hard somewhere. Jameson. And the ball popped up on the infield. And the first baseman takes the play from the second baseman.
I was going to say, first baseman standing exactly where a second baseman would be playing, makes the catch. Hey, if you've got it, you've got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I I think the second baseman just looked at Tad Crange and just was like, hey, I'm standing right here.
You see that in Little League games when like only one kid can catch the ball and he'll go catch everything. But anyway, so first out of the inning. Giles steps in. Stays away from the high breaking ball.
Tad and second baseman still just kind of laughing about it out here, just talking to each other.
Fastball high again, 2-0.
Yeah.
He's gonna give him crap for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Ball swung on, fouled back out of play.
And you kind of love watching the game, and kids, in the end, we're playing a game, right? And you see some of these players that are able out here just to have a good time and laugh it off, even though the stakes are high. I mean, we're in an elimination game right now. It's just fun to watch them out there just playing the game and being able just to be together as teammates and have a good time.
3-1. This is high. So Giles on base again. Second free pass he's brought, although this one was a little easier. He didn't get hit in the face.
This one was a little less painful, a little less stressful.
Now, he really got hit twice in his last at bat, but one of them was called a foul ball. So Jeremiah Hall, shortstop, steps in.
Single in the first inning, fly out in the third.
Takes a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Not a big lead from Giles at first. Pitch in the dirt.
Good work by Asher Clark there to keep that ball in front.
Jamison from the stretch.
Got
Then
it.
he gets him. Nice move to first. Caught Giles trying to time the move. Now they're in a rundown, and Giles thrown out. Good job by Fremont. And Jamison changed his tempo a little bit, waited a little bit longer to go to the plate, and Giles took off, tried to time it, picked him off. So second out of the inning.
Yeah, Giles kicking himself there. Knew that he had just got him flat-footed. Just probably a sense of better pickoff move than it was a mental lapse. Just kind of got him at the exact right step.
Yeah. So at the plate, still Jeremiah Hall. Now hitting with 2 outs and nobody on. And he pops one up out towards center field. Mikesell makes the play. And Fremont gets out of it. No hits, no runs. And score 5-1 Maple Mountain. We'll be back. Bottom of the 5th after this.
Well, we all love spending time supporting our high school teams. Waddup's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program.
So bottom of the 5th inning. Maple Mountain leads. First pitch, swung on, ground ball, and out number 1. Nice play made by Maple Mountain. So 1 pitch, 1 out as we get started bottom of the 5th. Porter Eddington still on the mound for Maple Mountain. He came in relief of Cash Peterson last inning. Got 3 quick outs.
Now Fremont is now counting outs. Now down to 8 outs left in this game for them to be able to preserve their season.
Grange pops it straight back, out of play. Yeah, these guys want another shot at Pleasant Grove. Eddington for the 0-1. This is low. So Tad Grange. Swing and miss. Nice off-speed pitch there. One and 2, 1 out. Eddington delivers. Swung and a miss. Ball in the dirt, and Maple Mountain on the drop. Third strike, gets the out of first. So second out. And Eddington doing his job.
Yeah, Eddington there shaking off his catcher twice to get to the pitch that he wants and then getting the punch out. Right job by Eddington to come into the middle of this game and get some outs for Maple Mountain.
So Mike Selk steps in for Silverwolves. Couple of fly ball outs. Makes first pitch outside ball. Ball two. We talked about it. It's important. Eddington needs to stay around the plate. You can't afford to give free bases out with the 4-run lead. Like you said, they're counting outs.
Yep. Yeah, the key here is if you're Maple Mountain, you want Fremont to earn every one of their base runners.
2-0. Swing. Line drive into center field. Backs up the center fielder, but he's got time and room and makes the play. So 3 up, 3 down. Maple Mountain, after 5 complete, leads 5-1.
Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tap responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Top of the 6th here at Utah Valley University UCCU Ballpark. Dave Harris and Mike Matthews. State 5A championship in an elimination game. So the winner of this game will go on to play Pleasant Grove. And the loser will be done for the year. So Maple Mountain steps in. Cam to Jameson. Misses low. And Mitch Walker at the plate, home run. Drive into left field. And another single. So Maple Mountain starts off strong again, and Mitch Walker having a game. Hit that one hard. Line drive right over the shortstop. So once again, Maple Mountain in business. Nick Windward at the plate. Double his last at bat. Walker on first. Windward turns on one. Pulled foul. Camden Jameson, pitcher for Fremont. Come in and done a pretty good job last couple of innings, limiting the Maple Mountain offense.
Yeah,
Right.
Sorry, apologies. Jameson has done a great job here, keeping the Maple Mountain Eagles where they need to be, at least enough that Fremont can make a run at them here. Needs to get 3 more outs here and get him back in the dugout.
Big spot for a sophomore pitcher. Nice little off-speed pitch, catches the corner. And he's ahead 1-2 in the count. Windward at the plate. Lays off the ball in the dirt. And kind of goes to 2-2.
A steady dose of off speed and breaking balls.
Kind of seems to be the formula against some of these power teams. These younger pitchers come in and just throw breaking balls. But this one he catches up to down the line. It's fair. Walker around to third. He's into third and a stand-up double. Mick Windward.
Second double of the game for Mick Windward. Turning on this ball, driving it right down the left field line, making it all the way to the corner. And Maple Mountain has 2 in scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah, he kept coming back with the off speed. Windward did a nice job of timing that up, waited on it, pulled it down the line. So back-to-back doubles for him. And Brooks Pratt now at the plate.
Looks like we're going to get a mound visit. There was action in the Fremont bullpen earlier this inning in their offensive half.
So Camden Jamison, fantastic job for the sophomore. He'll be out of the ball game. And he leaves a couple of runners on second and third with no outs. So whoever's coming in now, again, another tough spot. Bodie Hawkins, it looks like, second baseman. Or maybe not. They're drawing straws. Oh, no. So Hunter Maycock, right fielder, he'll come in and warm up. A lot of times you don't see action in the bullpen because somebody that's already on the field is coming in next to pitch. So you don't get the same value of seeing who's down there warming up as you do in the big leagues. Maycock with a 4.56 ERA, record of 5-2. This will be his 10th appearance, and none bigger than right now. He just hit the cow.
Yeah, it looks like he's their third most used, maybe fourth most used pitcher for Fremont. 35 in the third innings, 37 strikeouts, and 37 walks.
A little bit of control, but if he can come in and throw strikes, they'll do what they need. But tough spot. Runners on second and third, no out. And Brooks Pratt at the plate. Flew out center field his last at bat.
Based on those numbers we're looking at here, you can think that Maycock was going to enter this game at some point unless Fremont was able to get ahead of Maple Mountain and keep them there and build a substantial lead, and they're maybe looking at Maycock for the next game. With the next game not likely to happen unless the score changes, Maycock enters this game to keep Maple Mountain from gaining any more of a lead.
Pratt watches ball two. Yeah, you're not saving anybody at this point. Pulling out of all the stops. Somehow trying to get out of this inning without giving up too much damage. And the pitch high, so Pratt swings a good bat. So Maycock out of the windup. Strike one.
Full take. As expected, 3-0 count, new pitcher. They can prove to throw a strike first. You can bet that Pratt will be unloading if he gets that same pitch here again.
Fly ball down the left field side, but it's going to drift foul into the bullpen. So,
and there was that swing too. He took a big old hack at that ball.
Yeah, Maycock may have gotten away with that one, but he's battled back. Now we got a full count. So Pratt, runners on second and third, scoring position. Swing and a miss.
And Pratt wants that one back. That was just him just getting excited to hit. You see him just get a little undisciplined with that high fastball.
Yeah, you want to try and get that ball in the air. The worst thing you can do is strike out. But still, runners scoring position for Lincoln Beanfield, second baseman.
walk and a fly out to left field.
Looks at strike one on the outside corner. Good pitch there. We've seen what Maple Mountain does with middle pitches. Breaking ball didn't break. Ball one.
Another up and in, non-breaking breaking ball from Fremont. Steady dose of that to Maple Mountain. None of them on purpose.
Another one. This is high. Yeah, Maple Mountain's taking some hits today. But they have made Fremont pay for it. 3-run homer in the first. And a swing and a miss on a good pitch.
Yeah, good challenging fastball from Haycock there.
Beanfield shaking his head. He knew you're not going to see that kind of pitch, or maybe once or twice in that bat. So Beanfield 2-2. Close one on the outside. Maycock wanted that one.
That's a big time pitch there. All of Fremont liked it.
Full count. Swing, line drive, right field. And that's going to score at least one run. And they hold Pratt at third. So good hit there by Beanfield. Drives in a run. So Maple Mountain up 6-1 now. Runners on the corners, just one out.
Good job by Beanfield here. Nearly getting rung up on that last pitch. Takes a very similar fastball again. This time doesn't give the umpire a chance to make a call. Just pokes it into right field for an RBI single.
Hayden Hyatt steps in. The runners stay put. A little bit of a deke there from Beanfield. Started out like he was going to steal the base and stopped. We'll see if they put anything on. This is high.
A lot of times the coaching staffs at Maple Mountain's watching the pitches here, and you look at counts. You look at what pitches are likely to happen in what counts, off speed, away, down, something that may be hard for the catcher to field and throw to second. And they have to take a calculated risk of when to send that runner.
And another missed pitch up high. So Hyatt 3-0, likely watching this one.
Another scenario where a walk loads the bases with one out. Not your favorite thing in the world, but now you got an out at home if you need it with a force. Double play still in order. Sometimes where you give a hitter a green light if you can get a good pitch to hit.
Maycock walks him on 4 straight. So Asher Clark out to talk to his teammate. Kai Ward, center fielder, will be next up for Maple Mountain. Pretty impressive freshman. Saw Ward make a couple of plays defensively. Swings a pretty good bat. And he makes an impact on a team, Maple Mountain, number 2 seed in 5A.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that we're going to probably be calling Ward's name pretty frequently here in the coming years.
So big spot, bases loaded. Maycock. Strike one. Important to get ahead. Really love to try and induce a ground ball here to the middle infielders. Breaking ball misses high. He just hasn't been able to get that pitch to break for him.
Kai Ward hitting into a grounder to shortstop out earlier this game.
Takes a pitch inside.
Good work by
Ball
Clark. Keep in front of that ball. Your Maycock, it's 6-1. You don't want to serve one up. You definitely don't want to just hand a run on a walk here. You need to throw something that's competitive. Make the Maple Mountain players hit this.
Bloop into right field, and it's short enough. Play is made and not deep enough to tag up. So good job there by Fremont. I can't see the number of this right fielder.
Yeah, and I think Kai Ward's going to be wishing he could have that ball back. He just held on, just got his hands away from his body with no power on that. Just barely missed the barrel. 2 outs now. Fremont hoping to get out of here without any more damage.
Good pitch there. Starts him off the breaking ball for a strike. So they've got Calvin Cooper in right field now. He started the game as a DH for Fremont. And a swing and a miss. Dash Ferguson.
Ferguson looking to do some damage with that pitch. Holy smokes.
Maycock. 0-2. This is inside. I think after that last swing, I would have thrown a strike. Ferguson wanted to hit it hard. Another one, and did a great job by Clark.
And Maycock trying so hard to get an out here. Sometimes you try too hard and throwing straight into the turf.
Trying to stay within shouting distance. Down 6-1. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Maycock misses high. The ball thrown down to third. And third baseman's not on the bag. They're trying to pick off Windward.
Yeah, missed call here somewhere. Obviously going for the pick no matter what with that was Clark. Third baseman about 3 feet to the infield side of the bag and at least 6 feet behind. Not ready at all.
Runners going full count. And ball misses low. So Maycock walks Nash Ferguson after being up 0-2. And that brings Caden Giles to the plate. Giles took a fastball to the face earlier in the game, but recovered quickly. I imagine he's still thinking about some payback. Bases loaded. What a spot.
And he gets hit, walks his next at bat, and then gets picked off. Yeah, it's not exactly the game you want to have. Although, anything to help your team win, I'm sure that's probably his mindset here. It's the mindset of all Maple Mountain.
Maycock unable to find the strike zone now. So he was on the verge of getting out of the jam, and now Giles.
Not even close.
Walks him, not even competitive there. So a little bit rushed. It feels like it is tempo and his delivery on the mound, and his coach is going to come out and have a talk. Maple Mountain now up 8-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. They got Jeremiah Hall coming to the plate.
So Maple Mountain has 3 hits this inning, 3 walks. Reason why they put 3 on the board.
Yeah. And we've seen it, we talked about it. You know, pitching such a premium, and you get into the playoffs, and you've got to have not just your ace and your number 2 guy, but you need 3 and 4 and 5 to come in and make pitches and get outs. And the teams that can do that don't give up free passes. Typically, are the guys that are playing on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And you'll see it on a lot of those championship teams. They'll get an unusual performance out of a guy that just normally hasn't, maybe produced for them in the regular season, but is able to flip the switch and turn it on in the playoffs. And that's how championships are won right there.
It's always so great to see those kids who step up in the big moment, and it always happens. And it's fun to watch that happen, especially when it's not necessarily expected, but it's, it happens on every championship team. There's an unsung hero. So stepping in now, Jeremiah Hall, bases loaded, and that's 9 straight balls.
And Jeremiah Hall would love to deliver just a devastating blow here with a shot to the gap.
This is high, 2-0 now. Yeah, you've got to believe Hall's sitting dead red.
Yeah, he might have a take at this point.
Well, that boat gets all the way to the backstop, and that's going to score another run for Maple Mountain.
Oh, another
The
one.
throw comes in and hits Hyatt, and that's going to score another run. So Hyatt's hit by the ball thrown from the catcher to the pitcher, and that ends up scoring 2 runs on the pass ball.
Yeah, totally legal. If you're the runner, you have the right to the base. If the ball hits you, you're part of the field. That ball ricochets, goes nearly into the Maple Mountain dugout. Now 2 more runs come across. Hall's still at the plate.
So 5 runs so far here in the top of the 6th inning for Maple Mountain. 2 outs, runner on third. They've got a 10-1 lead.
And I think if you are Maple Mountain, you're thinking we need 1 more run and let's go get 3 outs and move on.
So Maycock, his afternoon's done, and tough spot to be in. So into the ball game. I think that was number 20.
Yep.
Or 30. I don't see a 20. Brody Hall? Yep, Brody Hall. Hall, a junior, 12.6 ERA, his 5th appearance. Let's see if he can come in and just throw some strikes and get this final out of the inning.
Well, in the start of this inning, Fremont's hoping to keep it close, be able to come in and try and make and stem a comeback, and that is still obviously going to be their mindset. And if you're Maple Mountain, you're thinking, let's get a few insurance runs, but maybe the mindset's now changed. We need 1 more run there, thinking, and we only have to get 3 outs, not 6.
Yeah, with the mercy rule in effect. After 5 innings, a team up by 10 runs or more. We'll see. It's Walker already with a 3-run bomb in the first.
Single to start this inning.
So runners on the corners. And Hall steps off.
Yeah, it's a plan. Step off, see if they're Maple Mountain. We'd be just running on that first one.
Ball 1 low. Walker lays off, ball 2. Fremont pitching struggling to find the strike zone at this point. But you don't want to groove one here because Walker can put it anywhere. Runner goes, swing, line drive into center field, and the ball gets through. Walker around to second. And another run scores. Maple Mountain. Jeremiah Hall comes around, and they've got that 10-run lead. Actually
It's 12 to
scored
1.
2 there, yeah.
Yep.
So 12-1 now the score. That puts the pressure on Fremont. They've got to come back in the bottom of this inning, otherwise game's over. So Windward, a couple of hard hit balls, doubled today. Takes breaking ball for a strike. So 7th spot here in the top of the 6th for Maple Mountain. And much of the damage has been done with 2 outs. Pitch swung on, popped up into the infield. And it looks like an easy play, and it is. But not before Maple Mountain gets 7 runs to take a 12-1 lead heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back after this.
Yeah, they had 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Utah Valley University, UCCU Ballpark. I'm Dave Harrison alongside Mike Matthews, and Maple Mountain put a 7th spot at the top of the 6th inning to take a 12-1 lead, and now it's just a matter of 3 outs.
Yeah, if you're Maple Mountain, this is a good thing for you, and you want to be able to get out of here. Maybe only using one last inning in this, knowing that preserve this win. You're going to be playing later today at 4:30.
Casey Pearson at the plate for Fremont. Takes ball 2.
And if you're Fremont, you're just you're thinking you want to make some history here, not go quietly, create a ruckus on the way out, or come back and make a run at this.
Well, Pearson, excuse me, that's Casey Pearson. Fly ball to center field. Center fielder drifting back. And Kai Ward makes the play. Out number 1.
Catcher Asher Clark to the plate. Home run in the 2nd inning. Flew out to the shortstop in the 3rd.
And Eddington. This is ball 1. Strike on the outside corner.
And Eddington for Maple Mountain's coming in and done exactly what they need him to do. Throw strikes, challenge hitters, make them beat you.
Ball in on the fists. Fights it off, goes foul. It's a good pitch there.
Yeah, ball likely to hit him if he doesn't hit that. He hit it in such a way that it actually bounced about 5 or 6 feet in fair territory down the first baseline, but had so much spin that it only took 2 hops to get it back in foul territory. No one able to go get it.
Clark's kind of been the bright spot for Fremont today. He's done a fantastic job behind the plate and had a solo shot in the bottom of the 2nd. 1-2 count. Eddington misses outside.
Well, you got to look at the line in the sense that Maple Mountain pitching's only allowed 2 hits this entire game.
Swing. High fly ball, short left field. And Ferguson in to make the play. And down to their final out, Fremont. And Landon Palmer, center fielder, steps in. And yeah, to your point, just a 2-hitter. And they've done a really good job. And they've scored 12 runs on 7 hits themselves. So a lot of free passes have inflated that score. Eddington, strike 1. Ground ball up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Palmer keeps things going for Fremont, but still 2 outs. A new hitter, it looks like.
Number 30 is the pitcher who came in.
Hall. Hall takes strike one. No way Palmer takes off from first at this point. Eddington looks like he just missed the outside corner. Leaves the count 1-1. And Hall, relief pitcher, with his first plate appearance of the night. Line drive right back at the pitcher. He hits Eddington. And he's going to be safe. That ball was hit hard.
Eddington walking around, seeming to be okay. Gives a thumbs up to the dugout. That ball looked like it hit him in his right lower back. Ball was smoked right back at him.
These Maple Mountain kids are going to have some bruises.
Yeah.
In the shape of a baseball. So Calvin Cooper at the plate now. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Eddington to make the first pitch after getting hit. Sometimes you don't realize it hurts as bad as it does until you push off on it. We'll see. And goes a strike. Ground ball to first place. Easy play. And out is made. Maple Mountain comes out on top. 12-1 is the final score. So Maple Mountain on their way to 4:30 rematch with Pleasant Grove this afternoon.
Yeah, and you knew that was the purpose of today for Maple Mountain, to come in and play your first game hard. Make sure you secure the win against Fremont, and then secure the rematch now against Pleasant Grove at 4:30. Fremont, a good run here in this tournament, being able to, unfortunately losing initially to Maple Mountain on Monday, then able to come back and get a big win against West Jordan to be in this game here. We congratulate them on a fantastic season in Fremont.
So Fremont finishes the year 20-10, and they'll return home north. And Maple Mountain, as we mentioned, they've got another game here today. We'll see how the Arms hold up. Great job today from Cash Peterson and Porter Eddington on the mound for Maple Mountain, and they come out with a 12-1 lead. So, for me, Dave Harrison, my partner Mike Matthews, and Vince Francis, we appreciate you being with us. We'll be back in about an hour or about 30 minutes for game number 2.